I've always kind of wanted to take on challenges. And with Warcraft, I wanted to tell a war story where you really got a chance to see how both sides are really heroic in their own right, whether they're the humans or the orc characters that ILM helped us create.
To create the Horde, we had to work from a basis that was true to the game. We had Christian Oltzman in our ILM art department build upon that, creating more detailed explorations of what these clan members would look like.
We created actually 52 different assets between orc children. There were varying ages, there were teenagers, there were elders. Then we had 4 different clans of actual warriors. So we designed different body types for all of them, as well as lots of wardrobe that could be then mixed and matched and made into sort of hundreds of variations.
There were a couple of sequences towards the beginning of the film where it was all of the clans coming together, and you couldn't get away with 4 guys. You had to have enough variations to populate that entire world of characters.
In an effort to get the look right, we didn't use the same reference for each piece of bone. We actually cast each individual piece. Maybe one piece is a little more fossilized. Another piece might have been buried under the ground, so it's a little darker. We tried to find ways to bring variety into this. We also had to upgrade all our anatomical simulation tools. Every single orc got a set of anatomical geometry, which included a skeleton, a set of muscles, fascia, and a skin layer, and each one was simulated in turn.
We also had the great opportunity to work with Bill Westenhofer, and it was a real partnership. We both knew going into it that getting the orcs to look real was going to be a huge part of it. With creating the orcs, performance was the #1 thing. We developed a lot of technology around being able to do that. With ILM's facial capture system and SnapSolve, we were able to really directly take what the actor did and get it onto the orc.
There were still a lot of decisions that had to be made by the animation crew, by the animators, a lot of love that had to be put in every shot to ensure that what the actors had done was accurately translated onto the orcs.
The hairstyles themselves have a lot of very intricate braids. The costume furs are very, very detailed. So early on we knew that hair was going to be a challenge.
Leave now.
The sheer number of these things. I mean, if you look at some of this artwork that we were going to be challenged with, you know, Gul'dan with these crazy things coming out, Black Hand with dragon skull draped across his shoulders, all of which was on pelts of fur, you know, and just seeing that, I was thinking how much we were going to have to rig these creatures and how those rigs were going to have to interact with all of this hair.
We had different sequences in different locations. We had work in our Vancouver office, our Singapore office, and here in San Francisco. We also had work that was being done at Hybrid. They would add in all the rest of the crowd to just populate the rest of the scene to make this small world look massively populated. Whether they're milling about or engaged in brutal battle.
The collaboration between Hybrid and ILM was fantastic. Aesthetically, the biggest challenge for Hybrid on the show was to be able to match the look of the crowds that we were generating with the foreground characters that ILM were producing.
We used Fabric Engine and we created a software called Horde with them that could basically load all the high-res geometries and recreate the rigs formatted in a way that we made sure that it was interactive for the users so that they could do a lot of shots quickly and render them out quickly. But the tricky part was obviously making sure that it stayed as high-res as possible. You know, really use every detail that ILM gave us and make sure that it came through in the final image.